I've been using iMovie for years. You know, all the videos I've uploaded on YouTube are all edited in iMovie. And after all the years of using iMovie, I've learned so many tips, tricks, techniques, and basically hacks of how to improve my videos while editing them in iMovie. So in this video, I'm going to give you 15 iMovie hacks that you probably didn't know. Number 1, using custom fonts. Now for all these iMovie hacks, I'm actually using this quick, like 3-second clip I filmed just as like a sample video. And as you can see, I basically put a title down here, and if I double click it, I can change the font here. But if you notice, if you, like, say, downloaded a font or made your own, you really don't have access to it. What you have to do is go to Show Fonts, and now you have access to all your fonts. So like, say if I want to do the Game of Thrones font, like say I'm doing a Game of Thrones video, now I can go here and type in, Game of Thrones, and now you have basically access, spelled it wrong, Game of Thrones, not Thrones. Now you basically have access to all your custom fonts, so any font that you've downloaded, now you can easily use in iMovie. Number 2, pitch correction. This one is awesome. Now, if I go up here, and basically I'm going to slow down the video to, let's say, let's do 80%. Now, if you notice, actually I'll play it in the original, this is how the video sounds. This is a sample video to show you tricks in iMovie. Right? Now, if I slow it down to, let's say, 80%, right? So I'm making it slower, you can obviously hear my voice sound a lot deeper.
This is a sample video to show you tricks in iMovie.
Right, super deep and low. So that alone can be kind of a cool editing effect. But let's say, especially if you're a fast talker like me, you're like, you know what, Mark? I want to slow down my video, but I don't want to sound deeper on camera. If you click Preserve Pitch, what happens is now it keeps the pitch at the normal level, but still slow down. So now it sounds like this. This is a sample video to show you tricks in iMovie. So one great tip, especially like say if you're using the custom speed, is maybe sometimes even do just like 95%. It would keep obviously preserve pitch on. So that way what will happen is it will appear like you're talking slower, but your pitch won't be changed. So now it sounds like this. This is a sample video to show you tricks in iMovie. Right? Now another big pro tip is remember this not only works for slowing down, but speeding up. So if I, like say, take this off and like say do, say 130%, you can notice my voice is a lot higher pitched.
This is a sample video to show you tricks in iMovie.
Right? And let's say I don't want that. Like I don't want that effect. What I'm going to do is hit this again. Same thing now. This is a sample video to show you tricks in iMovie. So obviously now it just sounds like I'm a really fast talker. Number 3, adjusting the clip size. Now obviously there are a bunch of settings right here. But in case you didn't know, if you click this, you have even more settings. And one is basically adjusting the clip size. Now for me, I don't really touch this too much, but in case you, like say, want this clip to be basically taller or shorter, I basically can click here and make it even bigger like that, or even smaller, right? So let's say if you want just the size of the actual clip in terms of the height, bigger or smaller, you can easily do so. Number 4, titles on top or as your own clip. So one really cool pro tip is that if I grab any title, I'll just, use this one again. I can put it on top and just type in like, I don't know, just type in like meow. So now when I play it, it plays basically as the video is playing. Video. Right? Meow plays. But I can also use the same title as its own clip. So like say if I want a certain title to play before I start talking, I can easily click this, drag it down here. So now it plays off so there's no audio or anything. And then this is a sample. The clip starts playing. Number 5, the multiple render. This is such a good pro tip. I use this one all the time. And the great thing about this one is that it's not iMovie specific. You can use this in other editing software or even audio production or audio engineering. And essentially what you do is you basically bounce out your project at a certain point to basically bring that file back in to make editing easier later on. It's kind of easier to show you a couple examples. So for example, I have this basic clip, obviously the sample one. And as most YouTubers do, or even streamers, what I do is I usually record my video with my iPhone. And then what I do is I record audio with this microphone, or basically with the Blue Yeti, because obviously the audio is a lot better. So as you can see here, I basically have 2 different basically files. I have the audio basically right here from the Blue Yeti, and then I have the audio from the clip. Now I've already matched these up. This is a sample video to show you tricks in iMovie. So if I duck this audio out, now you're only hearing the audio from the Blue Yeti, which is a lot better. This is a sample video to show you, right? Now, let's say I want to edit this video and I want to do it jump cut style, right? With really quick cuts. Well, if I'm going to do this jump cut style, it's going to be tricky with two different audios, right? So I'm going to have to do like here. Oh, shoot, see, it's already getting a little difficult. So if I do this and then this, and let's say I want to bring this here, then it's kind of, now I'm dealing with two different audio tracks. And if I keep doing this over and over, it's very easy, especially in iMovie. It's very easy for, like, say, if the audio background goes like this, now the audio's off with what I'm saying. Show you tricks. Right, it's very easy for the audio to get off. So what I'll do is, I'll basically put the audio here, make sure it's matched up. I'll then duck this audio out. Now what I'll do is I'll basically render out this file. So I'll just do it at a low resolution, just to make it quick. So I'll just do like temp, right? So now I'm creating a temporary file. So now it's done rendering. And so what I can do now is basically delete this, right? I don't need it anymore. I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna grab my temp video. So now this is the video. However, now I'm using the audio from the Blue Yeti. This is a sample video. So now if I wanna do jump cut style and I wanna, do quick cuts, I don't have to deal with two different audio tracks. I can easily do this. I can adjust the size, basically, where I want the cuts to happen in the clip. Super easy. Another useful example of basically the multiple render is if, let's say, you want to do multiple picture-in-picture videos. So if I grab a quick clip, I'll just grab my travel hacks video, right? This is kind of my intro for my travel hack series. And I put it on here. You'll notice that basically, if I do this real quick, so I bring this here. Let me turn dissolve off. So now if I play these, I'll just do this, right? So now
is a sample
I have two different videos playing at once.
In iMovie.
But if, let's say, I'm like, you know what? I want 2 or 3 different videos to play at once. Well, the problem with iMovie is you're kind of limited. If I want to bring this back in, see, it's kind of resisting it. So I'll have to do then basically is I'll basically render this out. Just do it in, 720, I guess. So I'm just going to call this, temp 2. So now I'm basically going to render this one out. So now the video is completely done rendering. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this, grab my basically temp 2 file. And if you notice, here's it playing in the corner. I'm just going to trim this a little bit. So now basically it's like this.
This is a sample.
So now if I want to add in another video, I do the same thing, right? Bring this in. I'm going to duck out the audio, turn this off. I'm going to bring in picture-in-picture, turn the dissolve off. So now I can do this. And now if you notice, now I have 2 videos playing.
This is a sample video
Right.
to show you tricks.
So for example, if you can do multiple picture-in-pictures, the multiple render is perfect for that. And you can do this almost an infinite amount of times, right? So keep in mind, those are only 2 basic examples of the multiple render. One, making jump cut style editing a lot easier when using 2 different audio tracks, like audio from an iPhone and audio from a Blue Yeti. And secondly, adding multiple picture-in-pictures. But there are so many other uses for the multiple render. Number 6, automatically trim the background music. Now, normally I do this manually, but obviously if you want to do it automatically with a click of a button, you can easily do so. So let's say I have some background music in here, right? And I'm just going to turn this down so now both are playing, right?
This is a sample video to show you tricks in iMovie.
And obviously the music keeps playing. So all I'm going to do is go to this setting menu right here, and I'm going to click trim background music. And you notice right away, boom. So now when I play it again,
This is a sample video to show you tricks in iMovie.
and now automatically stops, the music doesn't continue playing. Number 7, reversing the Ken Burns. Now the Ken Burns is a very common editing technique. In case you didn't know, it's essentially when you add zoom to a photo or a video. This is super useful, especially for photos. As opposed to being like a static image, you add some movement to it, right? So it isn't boring for the viewer. So to do a Ken Burns, all I'm going to do is going to click crop, click Ken Burns. I have 2 basically different frames here. So I'm going to put the end frame. I'm going to zoom right in. I'll just put it on my face. Right, so now when I play it, you notice it zooms in on my face.
This is a sample video to show you tricks in iMovie.
Right, and what a lot of people don't know is you can actually reverse it. So let's say I want to almost do a zoom out instead of just zooming in. I'm basically going to go back here again, and if I click this button right here, now the 2 frames are switched. So now it's going to do the opposite.
This is a sample video to show you tricks in iMovie.
So this is really useful if you want to add some automatic zoom, whether you're zooming in or zooming out. Number 8, using titles as effects, not with just words. Now, what I mean by that is if you notice, a lot of the basically beginning titles right here are just text, right? But if you notice, the further down I go, there's some with some kind of weird things like pixie dust, the boogie lights. So if I want to put this here, you notice that obviously I'm going to have the title, it's going to be some text, and it's going to play like this.
This is a sample video to show.
But you can actually remove this text, like so, and still have that cool effect. So if, let's say I just want those basically, what do they call, boogie lights to basically flash, like say I'm doing something flashy or whatever, I can do this. Now there's no text, as you can see, no text right here. This is a sample video, but I still get that awesome effect from that title. Number 9, adjusting the opacity to do a super. So in case you didn't know, a super is essentially when you do a dissolve from one clip to another, but you don't fully dissolve into the other one. So it's easy to show you with an example. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in this image. I'm actually currently in Las Vegas, so, I have this picture of the Las Vegas sign. And let's say I'm talking about Vegas in this video, and I want the video of Vegas to kind of come in, but then kind of come back out, right? So I'm not fully dissolving to the Vegas picture, but it slowly appears. So what I'm going to do, as you notice, if I do this sample video to show you trick, it does that. But let's say I want to slowly come in. So what I can do is I'm going to have it on cutaway, and the opacity, I can do something like this, right? So kind of adjust it here. So now when I play it, you'll notice it kind of will dissolve in, but then fully dissolve out. So it'll look like this now. This is a sample video to show you trick. Now obviously it kind of jumps right in. Kind of a bit harsh. So what I like to do is add some fade to it. So let's do 0.5 seconds. So now it's a little bit smoother. This is a sample video to show you tricks, right? And I can obviously adjust that. So let's say, and this is really cool, if let's say you're doing like a dreaming type of clip, or let's say in the clip you're talking about something you're thinking about, you're like, oh, should I go to Denny's today or should I go to Taco Bell? You could have basically each one come in or out, right? So you can kind of do this. This is a sample video to show you tricks in iMovie. And that's a really, really cool effect to add onto your videos. Number 10, favoriting clips for organization. Now, obviously in iMovie, it tries to keep all your clips, all your videos and your audio clips and all your photos organized. So you have all these basically right here. And over time, especially if you edit a lot of videos, this can get very, very clogged up. So one great pro tip, especially like say if you have like an intro video or something like that, is you go to the video that you really like. So I'm gonna go back to my travels hack intro, and I'm going to click this button right here. Now this is favorited. So let's say if I'm doing another travel hack video, as opposed to me kind of trying to find it in this huge mess, and usually there's a lot more clips than this, right? Trying to find it in this huge mess, all I'm going to do is I'm going to go to all clips, click favorites, and bam. I have this right here. This is also useful for audio clips. So let's say I use the same background, music in all my videos. I can easily go to here, be like, all right, perfect. This is a great background track. Favorite that one too. Just like so. And then, boom, I have both. One other thing too is you have basically favorites and rejected. I don't know why they do that, to be honest. I think favorites is fine, but for rejected, it could be a cool way to kind of separate it too. Let's say your favorites are all your intro videos and your rejected is all your outro videos, right? So that way you're not necessarily rejecting them. It's just more of an organization tool. Number 11, EQing your audio. Now for me, I'm going to be honest, I do all my kind of EQing and audio production in Ableton. I'm an audio snob, so I don't really use this in iMovie, but it is a very useful tool in case you want to do something very quick. So basically, I'm going to click this video right here. I'm going to go here, and you notice I have equalizer. So now I have all these basically different settings, from voice enhancer to bass boost to bass reduce, treble boost, etc. If I want to make it super, super loud. So let's say if I just click voice enhance, you notice now, this is a sample video to show you tricks in iMovie. It's basically boosting my voice. If I want to boost the bass, which is really no bass in this, but, whatever. This is a sample video to show you tricks. You notice that low end is a lot stronger. If I want to do, and obviously you kind of get the idea by now. If I just want to make it super loud, this is a sample video. Yeah, that's just not that loud. Let's see. Treble boost, so this is a sample video. Now, obviously, the high end of my voice sounds a lot higher, right? So this is kind of a cool little, trick where, let's say, if you're doing something very, very fast, like, you know what? I kind of wish the high end of my voice was a little bit higher, or the low end of my voice was a little bit higher. You can easily adjust this using the equalizer. Number 12, reversing the audio. Now, this is a really cool trick, especially if you're going for a very particular effect. All I'm going to do is click the speedometer, and I'm going to click reverse. That's it. Now, one thing I want you to keep in mind is that not only are you reversing the audio, but the whole clip itself. So it's not like you're going to be talking normally and the video is going to be going forwards and the audio is going to be going backwards. Both of them are going backwards. So just keep that in mind. So now when I play it, this is what it sounds like. So almost sounds like I'm speaking a different language. But obviously, if you're going for, a certain effect, if you want to do almost like a boomerang, where you kind of go forwards and then backwards, this is super useful for that. Number 13, doing a voiceover with dissolve. Now, there's a couple different ways to do a voiceover essentially in iMovie. And the first is, and I've seen people do this, is I'll basically put another clip here, right? I'll use my travel hacks video again. And what you do is you basically right click to attach audio, right? So now I'm basically bringing the audio here and I'm ducking it out so it looks like this. This is a sample video to show you tricks in iMovie. But let's say I want to go from this video and have it be already have the audio playing and go from that one. Well, I could add a dissolve in, but now I basically lose the audio, right? So I'm in iMovie, right? I can do that, but obviously the audio is still not necessarily playing on this clip. So one great trick, and this is great for doing voiceovers, is basically try to do a cutaway in picture-in-picture. So I'm going to bring this here. And you notice now it's basically the cutaway.
This is a sample video.
So now all I can do is basically do this.
This is a sample video.
Now both are playing. But let's say I'm like, you know what? I don't want this to play at the exact same time, so I can even do this, right? So I can do this.
This is a sample video.
Now that starts playing, and obviously so that way you have basically the video from the first clip, and then the second clip kind of cuts in with obviously the same audio, or you can add a dissolve. So this is obviously a lot smoother. I can go to fade, like say bring it up to 2 seconds, so it's a very, smooth fade. So now it looks like this.
This is a sample video to show you tricks in iMovie.
Right? And then now obviously this one will keep playing. Number 14, the split screen slide. So when it comes to basically doing any effects, sometimes you want them to be a little bit smoother. And obviously, as you can imagine, a split screen is essentially when both videos share the screen. So if I click this, I'm going to go to split screen. Then I have basically both them playing right now.
This is a sample video to show you tricks in iMovie.
And remember, when you're doing a split screen, you can do, if I want to do top or bottom. Right now, I have both playing like that.
This is a sample video.
So if I want to make it a little bit smoother, you have basically a slide button right here that adjusts basically the timing of it. So if I bring this all the way up, now it looks like this.
This is a sample video to show you tricks in iMovie.
So that's kind of a cool effect, right? Especially if I want to delay it a little bit. So I'll be like here.
This is a sample video to show you
and then
tricks
it comes in
iMovie.
And remember, you can do this obviously if I want to do, let's say, top and bottom. I can do that as well. So
this is a sample video.
And then it comes in from the top. And that makes it a lot more useful, and especially with the slide, makes it a lot smoother as well. Last, but definitely not least, number 15, the smooth or non-smooth freeze frame. This one is super cool, and it's kind of like a weird glitch in iMovie, and it makes it awesome, especially when you're doing a freeze frame. And in case you didn't know, as it sounds, a freeze frame is essentially when you basically freeze in the video, so it's almost like a static picture. So to do it, I'm going to go to the speedometer, click freeze frame, and as you can see, it looks like this. I'm going to adjust I'm going to put the duration as 2, actually. Okay. So now, this is super useful, in itself. If, let's say, you want to have, if you're a daily vlogger and you want to have the date or time appear, if, let's say, you want to have a picture appear real quick and kind of stop everything so you can focus on the picture, this is kind of useful for that. So it looks like this now.
This is a sample video to show you,
right? So completely stops,
tricks in iMovie.
Stops again. Now, if you notice, smooth is checked. And this is one of those weird glitches, right? Now, if I basically turn off smooth, nothing changes.
Video to show you tricks.
Nothing really changed. But when I click smooth again, so I almost have to uncheck it and then check it again, you'll notice some audio appears. And what this does, almost kind of creates like a record spin effect that slows down the audio. So I almost like this one better than the original freeze frame, right? So it almost makes it like non-smooth in my opinion.
This is a sample video to show you
right
tricks in iMovie.
I think that sounds so much cooler. And it's kind of weird that you almost have to like uncheck smooth and then check it again. So the one thing I will say though, just to kind of give you the heads up, is when you do this audio right here, so almost when it does that backspin, usually has a hard clip sound, right? So I'm going to play it again and notice right as audio cuts off, it's this hard like one of those type clips.
Video to show you.
Right, so it kind of has that clip. Doing basically the forward spin doesn't really have that.
Tricks, and tricks.
Right, but here you notice, right, it has that low click at the end. So unfortunately that kind of stinks, But besides that though, this is honestly, I think, one of the coolest things. Again, I don't know why you basically have to uncheck smooth and then check it again, but it's a really, really cool feature, especially within freeze frame.